Hey, Dani K, coming to you from Dani K Gym and Wellness. What's going on? So today's tip comes to you. I've seen it. We were talking about it. Obviously, it's just one of those conversations where we're talking about it at the gym or whatever. Somebody asked the question: tricep exercises, and some of people make some of the mistakes of doing this. They still might be benefiting a little bit. But the key is you'll get so much more, like in a more efficient workout if you do this. And with almost every single tricep, like I'm trying to think off the top of my head, almost every single tricep that I can think of right now, you have to do this. Hey DJ, what's up? I just got your text too. So if you got Oz with you, tell him to hold on because I'm live. But your tricep exercises, the key component into the most efficient workout with that and executing it the best, most efficient way is keeping your elbows in, right? Keep the elbows in so many times with every single, and like I can't, for every single exercise of triceps that I'm thinking of right now, that's the key. Keep the elbows in. So for instance, I don't have a dumbbell, but like a lot of times people do the overhead, like we call them French curls, but so many people do them like this, like with the elbows flared out, right? So they're doing it, and yes, you're doing a pushing motion, you're getting the tricep, but do this, squeeze your elbows in as you're doing it. You're gonna get an even more efficient workout on that tricep, right? This way, when your elbows are flared out, you can do more weight. But you've got more assisting muscles helping you. It almost then becomes like a shoulder press. You got a little bit of your shoulder, in there, like a little bit of a press of a shoulder, not just your exercise, not just your triceps working. So when you're trying to do a tricep exercise, the only thing that should be moving, the only joint that should be moving is your elbow, right? Your shoulder shouldn't be moving, flailing and all that stuff. You shouldn't be doing a shoulder press when you're doing a tricep workout, right? Another thing that people do when they do the overhead, like with the cable, like the cable's behind you, got the rope or the bar or whatever you've got, so the cable's behind me and I'm doing this. A lot of times people have their elbows flared out when they're doing it. Squeeze those elbows in as you're extending it out, whether you've got the rope, whether you got the bar, whether you got like the A-frame, like keep those elbows squeezed in. When you go out, your elbows will flare out. When you come back, that's the important thing, to squeeze those elbows in. Because other than that, then you almost start becoming a shoulder press again, and you just start moving from your shoulder joint. You need to move from your elbow joint. Kickbacks. When you have your kickbacks, you should be moving from your elbow joint. Not none of this stuff, right? It's cool because you can lift all that weight, but it's stupid because you're not being efficient. You're not killing your tricep. You're injuring or taking the chance to injure your shoulder. What else? Dips. When you do like bench dips or whatever, you have your hands on the bench, and a lot of times people flare those elbows out and they're doing it, right? You're putting a lot of stress on the shoulders. Bench dips is already, or even like your dips, like with the bar dip, you're still putting some stress on your shoulders in that position. So to lessen that, you squeeze your elbows in. So if you have your hands on the back of on the bench, squeeze those elbows in as you're doing the bench dip. Again, you're only moving, well, this hinges, but you're really truly only using your elbow joint. So the key into any, again, off the top of my head, the exercises, tricep exercises off the top of my head, the key to that and most efficient use of that tricep muscle is keeping those elbows in. Even when you're doing a tricep push down, a lot of times people are doing this and trying to do it real fast. You look like you're running a damn jackhammer, right? This ain't doing nothing. Well, you are pressing, so you are getting some tricep, but this is not efficient. This is efficient. You're only moving your elbow joint, right? That's the only joint that should be engaging, is your elbow joint, right? And kind of off the subject a little bit, I did see this today, and I kind of corrected it or whatever. Sometimes when people do bicep curls, they stand like they go to this half point and lift up. This guy doesn't, because this guy does awesome form. And he's, what's up? It's not morning, Brady.
It is me.
It's 1:03. Anyway, so bicep curls, like a lot of times people stop half motion. You need to get that going, and again, keep those elbows in, whether it's a palms up curl, a hammer curl, a lift and twist. You keep those elbows in, only using the elbow joint, not the shoulder joint. Once you get, like, if you're curling up here, you do that to get it up a little bit higher, you didn't do anything. All you did was just move your elbow from there to there. You moved your shoulder joint. That didn't do anything more for my bicep but move my shoulder joint. And look cool because I can lift more weight, but that's not cool. Lifting, the weight will come. You've got to do the form. The form is what will kill that muscle. The form is what will grow that muscle. I also do, for triceps, I do a reverse grip. Whether I do a 2-arm reverse grip with a bar or I do a one hand, like we have like the horseshoe, we call it the horseshoe ring or whatever, but the key is keep that elbow in. You want to keep that elbow in when you're doing a reverse grip. Now, reverse grip, a lot of times people don't, there's a lot of guys that won't do reverse grip. And I had 2 or 3 guy clients over when I worked at the other gym because they saw me doing this and they wanted a well-rounded tricep, and that's what gets, I don't know if you guys see it, that's what gets the outside is that reverse grip. The reverse grip gets the outside of your tricep, right? So there's 3 muscles. The biggest mistake that I see almost every single person doing, unless they train by me, is flaring those elbows out when they're trying to do a tricep exercise, or even, like I said, a bicep exercise. You have to keep those elbows in to work the tricep and the bicep, but you have to keep those elbows in to get the most efficient workout out of that muscle, to get the most efficient work out of that muscle. Again, when you're doing that bent over, like the overhead extension from the cable, you got to keep those elbows in. They will flare out when you get to this point, but you got to squeeze them in as you bring it back, right? It's natural that they're going to flare out because that's the way they're going, especially if you use the rope. But you got to squeeze those elbows back in as you're doing it, or then it just goes like this. And then you're putting a lot of stress on your shoulder. Same thing when you're doing this. A lot of times guys, they're lifting 100-pound dumbbells, but they're doing this. Now, when I tell them to squeeze their elbows in and do it, that changes. And they can't lift a 100-pound dumbbell, right? Then they're going down to like the 80, the 70, the 60, because if you keep your elbows squeezed in as you're doing it, you're isolating that tricep, right? And you're not using other assistant muscles more so, right? That is my tip for you guys and girls. You've got to be aware of, one, what joint should be working or being mobile, and what joint should not be mobile. And like I said, when you're doing triceps or biceps, there should only be one joint that's mobile, and that's the elbow joint. If you're moving that shoulder joint, you're using momentum, you're not working efficiently, and you could benefit. Lower the weight a little bit. I know it might be a little stab to your ego, but lower the weight a little bit. Try it. Even if you have to take a dumbbell and go into the bathroom and try it and see, so that you don't get like your ego a little broken up or whatever. Ryan says, "Preach, Dani K, preach." It's true. You see it all the time, especially over the years I've seen guys where they do this. I mean, their arm must be moving about this much, and the rest of their body is what's doing it. It's the momentum. Hey Ted, so keep the elbow tight no matter whether you're doing the tricep push down like this, whether it's the A-frame, the bar, or the rope. Even if you're doing the rope. Hey Laurie, even if you're doing the rope, your elbow will flare out a little bit, but don't keep it out there, because then if you do, you're like this, right? It looks like you're working a jackhammer. Sorry for the vibration, because Laurie's moving my camera. She's like, oh.
Just trying to work out.
I love Yep, Stark water. Got you. Got you. You can get it. It's unlocked. It should be. So anyway, elbows tight, tricep push down, elbows, when you're doing the kickback, the elbows should be up and just moving from that elbow joint, not the shoulder joint, right? Keep the elbow in. Don't let the elbow flare out. Keep the elbow tight, tucked. When you're doing the overhead extensions with the cable, tight and tucked. Keep the elbows tight and tucked, right? Tricep tight and tucked. The 3 T's, right? The French curl. Don't keep your elbows out like this. Squeeze them in. I always tell people squeeze your hip when you're doing that, right? Squeeze the hip. Tight and tuck. Remember that, and you will get the most efficient workout on your biceps and triceps. Hey, Tammy. I have you, I think, next Tuesday. I cannot wait. Reflexology. Anyway, I'm going looking back. So I got some good people on here. So whatever. So awesome. Thank you guys for watching. And a couple people shared it. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for the likes and the hearts. I appreciate that. But anyway, so if you found value in this, try those exercises. Try keeping those elbows tight and tucked when you're doing the tricep exercises and the bicep exercises. And leave me a comment and let me know how that worked, and that you felt it a little bit more, that you got a little bit more out of your tricep workout. And like I said, your bicep workout. Again, that elbow should be the only joint that's working, not the shoulder, and it should be tight. It should be tight in at your side so that it's not flaring out. Because when the elbow is flared out, you're putting a lot of stress on your shoulders. Undue stress. Let's work efficiently, let's work smart, and let's work effectively, right? That's what we want, and that's how you get results, and that's how you get fast results. So, any other exercises that I can help you with? Like, you see people, there we go. You see people, at the gym doing something. Private message me, let me know, send me a video, see if it's something that I feel is correct, or see if I feel it's something, maybe I can do a video tip on it and, share the right way, that they're doing it the right way, that they're not, whatever, you know what I mean? So, again, thank you again for the likes and the hearts, I appreciate it. And so leave me some comments, try this tip, and see how efficiently that does work, right, for you. Leave me some comments, private message me, let me know how I can help you on your fitness journey, because that's what it's about. 2018, hashtag no excuses, the prioritizing you, let's do it. Crunches, DJ, I have done something like that, but I will do another video on crunches. I will do that. Because there's a lot of mistakes that people do with crunches too. A lot of, I'll get on that too. I will do that. Maybe tomorrow. I will try and do that tomorrow. Crunches, tomorrow's tip. Anyway, so until that time, DaniKGymWellness.com, Dani K Gym Wellness on Facebook, and stay in tune, stay informed, stay motivated. Bye.